future Rotarians. It's true. It's not only a word. Okay, these are, when I started working with the clubs, I saw enthusiasm with the young people. I saw they want to work. Think of your family at home. How many have grandchildren or small young daughters or boys? You just put them on a computer and their eyes glitter with excitement and they want to go explore and they want to go. If I take with me an interactor, I go to a project, he wants to come with me. The Interactive Club of president of our Interactive Club this year, I was quarreling with him all the year. He wants to do everything. He wants to do, he's so excited, he wants to do this, and he has ideas and ambitions more than he can do. And I tell him, cool down, Ahmed, cool down, we will do it. But these are the enthusiasts. They are killing them. These children are aged 14 to 18. So this is school age. They are learned and experienced to sit in the schools and to sit in the classes and get taught. So we can teach them easier than the Rotary actor. Our main motto in Arabic, a very important motto, النقش في الصغر كالنقش على الحجر. If you give them Rotary knowledge and Rotary, it means when you write sincerely, as if you are writing in the stone, it doesn't wipe away. Give them the knowledge since they are young, very young, and they will become developed and they will become very good at things. Give them awareness, celebrate the world, interact well with them, and make joint projects with them. Involve them with the Rotary Acts, involve them. They need people from their age. I've seen a lot of nice, interesting activities. Don't bore them with the very boring projects. Car washes, they're doing car washes, they are doing a nice food tasting project, cycling. They have had talent shows. All these are, they have burlesque nights. All these are nice activities, they interact, they enjoy very well. I would like to tell you a very important something. This is Governor Osama, this conference, he started doing attention, he started giving attention to the new generations. And he said, and he sent an email to all the clubs. Whoever is going to sponsor an Interact or a Rotary Act, at least two, they will have the awards. And he gave them special packages. Can you tell me how many clubs answered?
5.
1. And I don't want to fish for compliments, it's only our club. And I saw the 2 interactors who we sponsored, they were so happy they're coming, they want to learn. The mother of one of them told her, no, I'm sorry, after we will take you, we will not take you, she quarreled with her. And the other interactor, he has exams and he left his finals in 1 month's time and he came. Please, I would like you to cheer Farah Lutfi and Ahmed Shaheen. They are the only 2 interactors here with us. They came to learn, they want to see the conference. Ahmed is the current president of Interact Cairo Royal, Farah is the incoming president of Cairo Royal. And they are here, they did not miss 1 session. They want to learn and they want to see. So please involve them with us. They are here and they're happy and they have their badges and they are very proud of us. Thank you, Osama, for doing all this. Give them the leadership style. We made the first Interact trial. We started giving attention to them. The first Interact trial was in PGG Asim's time. It was in 2010-2011. And the second one was this year with the Governor Osama in Alexandria. Award them and recognize them and make them happy. Make them with you. They need you. You don't only need them. They need you. They need to be needed. They want to feel they are needed and they are loved. And this is how they will give you. Recognize them and make them feel themselves. Try this and you'll find them queuing up with you, wanting to join you and wanting to be Rotarians. A very important motivation, the last one, is when Rotary International President Kalyan, he came to us. This is the way the motivation happens. He came to Egypt and he said, we will do the new generation. We organized the Interact Day and it was such a beautiful experience. And all the committee, our committee, when we worked with Interact, they did not only be happy. They thought they were the only happy. We were the ones happy. We felt the young generation, the young spirit, the young hope. We left our clubs and projects and went running for them. We organized drawing. We made a nice CD. I hope you can participate in the fundraising of this CD. They composed the song, and this is all the interactors with Kalyan in Egypt. This is the drawing contest. They all participated in it. All the clubs of Interact and they got awarded. And this is the song. We have a CD with us. The young interactors will show them to you. They composed the song, sang it wrote it, and we are fundraising it for End Polio and for the special needs of Egypt. It's $5 only. I hope you can help them. And here is DG Osama and Kalyan awarding winners. And we charted at this day, this is the answer to the first question, why this year? Because this year we got the motivation, we got Kalyan, we got DG Osama motivating us. In this day we charted 5 clubs. 5 clubs were charted when the clubs knew that Kalyan was coming. Publicize, we need the new language for them. Let them take their own lead, let them publicize their own way on the Facebook, on the e-clubs, on the Twitter, on everything. Let them use their own way. So, finally, don't worry about the future of Rotarians, of Rotary. It's with you. You can guard the present now to get the best future, out of my experience. So, don't worry about your membership in your club. You'll get it. You might get it later, but start from now. They will be the Rotarians for you. They are today's youth, they are tomorrow's Rotary actors, and they are the future parents, professionals, and business. They are the future Rotarians to us. So please, invest in them today. Invest and give them time, and you will profit tomorrow. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Bilal Al-Ayoubi. He is the current PRR. He will talk to us about Rotary District 2150, the way forward. You have 3 minutes and you have to do the presentation, and now we want you to talk about it.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, Bilal from the Rotary Club of Tripoli. From Tripoli.
Thank you. Tripoli, Mina, Lebanon, District. Okay. Rotary International President, Director, Governor, past District Governor, incoming District Governor, partners in service. I always like to say this sentence, partners in service, and I heard it a lot during this day and yesterday as well. I heard it from Dr. Philip, I heard it from Mrs. Maria, I heard it from Sheikh Jamil. Most of you are mentioning this statement, partners in service. But definitely, this needs a lot of work. This is not just a cliche, not just a sentence. And today I will be trying to convey proudly a message from more than 1,000 Rotary actors in District 2450. I'm honored to represent 85 active Rotary clubs. And what Dr. Phil said about how active our Rotary actors are in the world is very true. We have Rotary actors coming from France, from the US, and so many other countries, amazed by what we do. They say, your style of action is more of an NGO, and not like a professional NGO, and not a service club, a small young professional group, and so on. I want to start with a sentence, this quote from Margaret Mead, that I always start my presentations with. I started the pets with, and I used it in so many different occasions. And this day I will use it twice, and you will see in a while. Never doubt that a small group of committed people can change the world. Indeed, this is the only thing that ever happened. Okay? Why did I say change? I put it in bold because this year we chose the theme to be the change. This is what we focused on, and this is what we did. So many different changes in the district for Rotary Act happened. I love it. We laid foundations for a strong district. We had a huge leap in the number of Rotary actors. Okay. And also we supported Interact, as Mayan was saying. In fact, we had an amazing experience also with Interactors. We loved it. And the reason behind the also big number of Interact clubs being chartered to a certain extent, I would say it's because of this collaboration between Interact, Rotaract, and Rotary for the first time. And also in Lebanon, I would say we only mentioned one club that was chartered this year, but under construction we have 3. We have Kura, we have Zgharta, and now we will be having Tripoli as also school-based. You received it, Mabruk Kura. So we have 2 chartered this year. So, and why is that? Because we involved them with us. I had in my team, in my Rotaract District Committee, 2 Rotaractors focusing only on Interact, and they were both previous Interactors. Hassam Hassan is the chair, and Assam Shmaitili is also the coordinator in Lebanon. This is why we had a strong lead in that. What changed in the district? A lot of things. The club structures, the PR and social media, we're doing an amazing job in that. District focus on membership development, the coordination between the RDC and the clubs, the VDRR having less clubs in his portfolio, the quarterly reports that we send. I hope that you are receiving these quarterly reports, the budget, expense reports, and so on. But I will not be speaking about successes. We write them in our quarterly reports, and I hope you have them or receive them, and I'm glad to be sharing them with you. I will be talking more about challenges. We heard a lot of question marks. We heard a lot of pushes from the Rotarians to involve new generations. And I was hoping to have more Rotaractors among us today. Maybe these chairs that are empty on the sides could have been filled with Rotaractors, and they would have learned a lot, indeed. And I'm happy to have the 2 Interactors here. You are maybe a little bit more than Rotaractors coming from Lebanon, so I'm glad you're here. What went well versus the challenges? Okay, and this is a continuing idea, and we have heard it today a lot. Like, what are Rotarians seeing us? Okay, this time you use them a lot, like them, the youth. Now it's me. I'm speaking to you. I'm telling you how do we see you in a way, and how we think that you view our clubs and our members. Okay, there are 2 points. Most Rotarians in our district view Rotaractors as one project, a project like a community project, a professional development session, the Rotaract, and an international project. It's like a project for their club. Okay, this is one. And the second, as their children. You have this custodian, parental guidance, etc. Like, we're your children. Great. In my opinion, we're both. I wouldn't say that we're not this nor that. The fact is, most of the Rotaractors are your children or your children's age. But guess what? Your children have grown up. Now they are grown-ups. Now your children are managers, they are even teachers, they are leaders. And I have this small experience with my mother. She's not a Rotarian, but this would convey the message. I overheard my mother speaking on the phone with her friend saying, "Oh, Bilal is doing fine. He's now doing an internship in Beirut." Like 5 years of work. I have a full-time job for 5 years, and she still thinks I'm doing an internship. So you do not want us to grow up. I understand. I totally understand this, and it's not a shame, but we have to deal with this in a better way. The best relationship between a father or a mother and their children is the friendship, is the partnership. Having them close to you, talking with them. And this is what we want to be promoting. We're not saying that we're rebels and we are the new generation and we want to change the world. No, we're happy to take a lot of your experience. In fact, this is what we need to be doing. And I will explain how. Because today I will try to give some prescriptions, not only nag, not only speak about what's not going well, but also to give a small pill that can solve a lot. This partnership and service can be the basket where both the project, your project, the Rotaract Club, and your children be put together. under this umbrella. We will need to use this logo more, partners in service. If it's a project, then it needs more planning. It needs more follow-up. It needs an evaluation. And it needs money. Do you think you spend on the Rotary Club, as a Rotary Club, I'm not saying, where's Miss Maria here? I'm not saying spend on trips and spend on leisure and spend, but even trips, like if we had more Rotary actors from our district going to Bangkok, do you know how much learning did they get or would have got? A lot. I was the only one from District 2, actually three, we were three. One from Egypt, one from Dubai, and myself, representing District 2450 in Bangkok. And they got an extremely amazing experience. Why? Because it's a learning experience by itself, being next to 35,000 Rotarians from all over the world. Where do we get this elsewhere other than Rotary? We don't. So, putting on your budgets a good amount, let's say, of money to sponsor projects for Rotary, for Rotaract in terms of rilas, trainings, getting them to attend more projects or events abroad will definitely be needed. And also, regarding the relationship between the parents and the children, how many of you know about the mentorship program that is going on or that we started or launched this year? I would love a show of hands. The mentorship program that Rotary District 2450 launched this year, how many of you know about it? Okay. Phil knows about it. And 99% of the Rotarians in the district do not know about it. Although we sent a lot of emails, a lot of reminders, we urged you to be the mentors of Rotary actors, but we had a very challenging duty doing this. Yeah, I will. The mentorship program is a pill. Take it. Adopt this mentorship program. This will enhance the relationship between Rotarians and Rotary actors. A mentor is a Rotarian. A mentee is a Rotary actor. The relationship can be based either on the classification, on the education, or even the hobby if we don't find the first two. This will increase the gap, decrease the gap between Rotary actors and Rotarians. We will know you better, you will know us better. The trust relationship will be enhanced, and you will be able to induct more and more Rotary actors into your clubs, feeling safe about them, because you know them more. We also started this year the idea of the Rotary Academy. The Rotary Academy, because we don't have in our Rotary world a training institution. And now I'm calling upon you, the Rotary leaders of our district, to have this partnership between the Rotary Leadership Institute and the Rotary Academy. We want you to tell us how to do this. The Rotary Academy is going to train Rotary actors to make them better leaders, better board members, presidents, and Rotary District Committee members. This partnership can include from the curriculums, to the trainers, to the bylaws, and everything. And I really hope, I urge the governor, incoming governor, all the leaders to help us do this Rotary Academy. I also heard from Rotary International President Kalyan, if Rotary Academy works in District 2450, it might be an international organization or an institution. And this is big. Rotary Academy starts from the guest.
Can we keep
It will be like charter.
We'll keep the questions allowed with the please.
It will be based on chapters, like every country would have Rotary Academy. Before I finish with the video, that would say a lot, not only about what Rotary can be or can do, but also younger than interactors. I would say give District 2450 a district for interactors and get stronger Rotary clubs. And give District 2450 Rotary Academy and the mentorship program and get stronger Rotary clubs. I will leave Victoria Grant to wrap up my presentation.
It was about 5 or 6 weeks ago that Victoria spoke to a group of 600 people at a Rotary Club. And she's going to be giving the same speech to us today. And I saw it, I think a week or so after it hit the web, it started going around. And so I quickly got on the phone and talked with her dad, Zane, and invited him here. And so we have a very special treat. So Victoria, come on up, do your thing.
She's a 12 years old girl.
Have you ever wondered why Canada is in debt? Have you ever wondered why the government forces Canadians to pay so many taxes? Have you ever wondered why the bankers from the largest private banks are becoming wealthier and the rest of us are not? Have you ever wondered why the gross national debt is over $800 billion? Or why we are spending $160 million a day on the interest of the national debt? That's $60 billion a year. Have you ever wondered who receives the $60 billion? What I've discovered is the banks and the government have colluded to financially enslave the people of Canada. I will share with you 3 important points of reference which will hopefully spark enough interest and concern for you to continue the research on your own and to engage your government to stop this criminal act against the people of Canada. First, we will briefly examine the Bank of Canada. Second, we will see how our banking system works today. And lastly, I will offer a viable solution that we can petition our government to implement. A very little known figure in Canadian history is J.L. Grant McGeer. He was a lawyer, member of Parliament, and Mayor of Vancouver. His contribution to Canada is probably the greatest in our history. He championed the creation of the National Bank of Canada, whose sole purpose is to create and manage Canada's money. It was formed on July 3, 1934, and owned by all Canadians. Until the 1970s, because of the Bank of Canada, Canada's national debt was held at a constant, manageable level, until the government decided to implement what we now have as our modern-day banking system that is robbing the Canadian people. So how are they robbing us? Allow me to explain how our private banks and government work today. First, the Canadian government borrows money from the private banks. They then lend the debt's money to Canada with compounded interest. The government then continues to increase taxation of Canadians year after year in order to pay back the interest on the exponentially growing national debt. What results is inflation, less real money for Canadians to spend into our economy, and the real money being used to pad the pockets of the banks. Also, the government gave the banks the ability to loan out money that doesn't exist in the form of loans. When a bank gives you a mortgage, which literally means a death pledge, or a loan, they don't actually give you money. They click a key on a computer and generate the fake money out of thin air. They don't actually have it in their bank vaults. Presently, the banks only have $4 billion on reserve, but they have loaned out over $1.5 trillion. To quote Graham Towers, each and every time a bank makes a loan, a new bank credit is created. New deposits, brand new money. Broadly speaking, all new money comes out of a bank in the form of loans. As loans are debt, then under the present system, all money is dead. What I find interesting is even Jesus in Matthew 21 drove up the money changers in the temple because they were manipulating the currency to steal money from the people. The private banks are just like the money changers in Matthew 21. They are defrauding and robbing the people of Canada, thus their freedom, and they need to be stopped. How should the banking system work? In an infamous interview, Mr. McGeer asked Mr. Towers, "Can you tell me why a government with power to create money should give that power away to a private monopoly and then borrow that which Parliament can create itself back at interest to the point of national bankruptcy? Mr. Towers replied, if Parliament wants to change the form of operating the banking system, then certainly that is within the powers of Parliament. In other words, if the Canadian government needs money, they can borrow it directly from the Bank of Canada. The people would then pay fair taxes to repay the Bank of Canada. This tax money would in turn get injected back into our economic infrastructure and the debt would be wiped out. Canadians would again prosper with real money as the foundation of our economic structure and not debt money. Regarding the debt money out to the private banks, such as the Royal Bank, we would simply have the Bank of Canada put the money on, hand it over to the private banks, and then clear the debt with the Bank of Canada. And yes, we have the power and lawful right to do so. In conclusion, it has become painfully obvious, even for me, a 12-year-old Canadian, that we are being defrauded and robbed by the banking system and a complicit government. What will we do to stop this crime? What will we do to ensure that the next generation will live free and clear of the debt-based economy that enslaves them to the banks? Margaret Mead said the following, and I hope that all of you remember this. Never doubt that a small group of people can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Thank you.
Thank you for your attention. She's not the IMF either. She's just a 12 years old kid. And if she knows it all, she can change the world. Thank you.